I'm Jacob Bogage. I report on business, technology, and finance for the Washington Post, and today I'm going to be driving a Tesla Model S P90D with autopilot and ludicrous speed mode. And while I'm driving, I'm going to be hooked up to sensors that measure my emotional response and how much attention I'm paying to see what driving such a souped-up vehicle really feels like. Ah, that's so weird.
And that goes to, yep, it's a little cold, a little wet.
Today we're working with Spark Experience. It's a human factors firm based in Bethesda. And what Spark does is they'll take advertising or messaging campaigns and do some background research on them to see how engaged different participants are when they see these messages. Testing for autopilot is going to be really important, especially as more and more car makers want to use and develop autonomous vehicles. We have to be able to understand what people are feeling when they're behind the wheel and how they can be safe and effective drivers while also continuing to enjoy driving. We're going to be measuring 4 things today while I'm driving. I'm going to have a headset on that's going to measure my brain activity and to see what parts of my brain are being stimulated. I'm going to have bands on my left hand that are going to be measuring my emotions in something called a galvanic skin response. It's going to measure my heart rate and how much my palms sweat to determine whether I like or dislike what's going on while I'm driving. I'm also going to have some goofy looking goggles on that are going to track microfacial expressions and track my eyes so you can see where I'm looking while I'm driving the car.
And hit the gas. Is this you hitting the gas?
This is me hitting the gas.
You actually got a little negative right there.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. I thought going in that I would be pretty attentive the entire time, paying pretty close attention to all the cars around me. Really, my attention settled in at about a 4 or a 3 on a 10-point scale, meaning I really wasn't paying that close attention. And I was surprised by that, but the researchers I was with were not. It's just so unlike anything I've ever used before.
You're pretty negative right now, actually.
The ludicrous speed mode is pretty fun to use. You go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in about 2.8 seconds. But it is dangerous. You don't realize how much ground you're covering, and you don't realize how fast you're going. Please don't hurt me. There was one really close call we had. We tried to change lanes and exit the Beltway on Connecticut Avenue, and a pickup truck behind us didn't want to let us in. I was in autopilot mode at the time. Don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
Hit the gas, hit the gas.
And that was pretty frightening because autopilot only accounts for rational actors, right? If somebody tries to swerve into you or speed up behind you, your Tesla isn't going to be able to react in time. Tesla likes to say its cars are perhaps vehicles of the future. And with features like the ludicrous speed mode, autopilot, even the bells and whistles on the inside of the vehicle, they probably have a point. That's why this kind of measurements and these kind of experiments are so important. We need to know how drivers and how passengers will react and feel about the cars they're going to drive in the years to come.